We were talking about sustainability, and one of the things we waste a lot of money on is food. And one of the things that, creates sickness is the food we eat. And I'm not going to talk about emergency food like it's a health kick, but there's a lot of different ways to get shelf-stable food. And I keep a lot of shelf-stable stuff around my home. Not that I would sit around and eat this stuff all day, but you get a full day's worth of food for one grown-up person, probably 2 days worth of food for a kid, in these small boxes. And these are emergency rations by the company Compact, right? Compact Provisions, BP-5, 7 Oceans. Until recently, the only thing you could get in the States easily was 7 Oceans. And you actually have to go out of your way and buy a case of 24, making it about $2.09. I figured it out for each one of these units. 2385 calories. It says a 5-year shelf life, but I know that that's a minimum. And it's got 9 bars per box. Same thing here, 7 Oceans, 9 bars per box. That's 18 food tablets. And each bar has 8 grams of protein, 6 grams of sugar, 3 grams of fiber, 33 carbohydrates, 2 milligrams of sodium, 6 grams of saturated fat, total fat 11 grams. You need that, right? Very similar profile on the 7 Oceans, but the BP-5 is just a little bit nutritious. We're talking about 265 calories for 1 bar, and each box has 9 bars in it. So if you look at the BP-5 and you take out a bar, they come in a very neat little package. Kind of looks like a miniature ice cream sandwich or something. And 2 food tablets come in it. It smells almost like cream of wheat. 7 Oceans has a little bit of less of that smell. And it almost smells like something rice-based to me. Slightly sweet. On some budgets, you're dealing with things like ramen noodles. And if you look at the profile, the health profile of one of those things, and you're looking at something like this, this is gonna win every time. It's not as good as eating an apple, right? But it's gonna win every time over a lot of the products out there that many of us use as fillers, during our eating hours. If that's all day, or if it's that a limited time, like somebody like myself will eat only a certain amount of hours a day towards the end of the day. It's a good fill-in from, hey, it's getting late, I'm still feeling a little bit hungry, I'm about to cut off for 18 hours, right? And I have a little bit of calories from this. Kids are always asking for food. They're always hungry. I give my kids a lot of fruits and vegetables and everything they need. However, I'm not gonna just give them a crappy snack every single time they want something else. I don't buy any Cheez-Its. I don't buy any of that stuff. They've never been inside a McDonald's. They've never been inside a Burger King or a Wendy's or a Taco Bell or a Kentucky Fried Chicken. They don't even know what the inside of one of those places looks like or smells like. They have no memories of it, right? And so if they want a snack, and it can't always be a sugary snack, even though they get ice cream sometimes, they get all that kind of stuff. Like other kids, one of these things, it's not so sugary or so sweet, they're gonna overdo it, right? Like a cookie, but yet it's sweet enough for it to be palatable for them to eat. And so it's a lesser of many, many, many evils in my eyes. And it's also an extremely cost-effective lesser of any evils. Don't get tricked and you're thinking, is something wrong with trying to save money with buying food? If you've got something that's a staple like this, and you're surrounding it by fruits and vegetables, if you're surrounding it by a healthy meal a day, and you have to fill it in with something, you'd much rather it be this, than ramen noodles, or Oreos, or Doritos, or Takis. And this cost about as much as a 20-ounce can of Coke. And technically, it could make one adult survive for 2 days in an emergency situation, and for 1 day, just eating a normal amount of calories, which here says is 2385, which stands about right. I think I eat a little bit less than that. I've seen people that culturally actually interweave foods like this into their diet because in places that they live where food is scarce, this comes in and it becomes something that's a part of their childhood. They remember 20, 30 years ago when they were younger and they had this kind of food around. They remember eating the porridges. They remember using the bars. And it becomes something that's, it's a clean food for them in situations where, healthy food and water isn't always available.